I have $92,660.85 worth of student loan debt as of June 2026, the month that I'm filming this. If you're new here, I work full-time. I am a part-time caregiver. I have a house that I'm trying to fix up. I have maybe a half hour to 45 minutes a few times a week to build anything of my own. And I'm using that time very intentionally to build different streams of income for myself to directly pay off my student loan debt. And I'm going to break down where every platform actually stands right now. And at the end, I'll tell you the one decision I made about 2 months ago that made all of this slower on purpose, which sounds backwards, but I'll explain. Now, let's start with YouTube because the monetization requirements on YouTube are the steepest of the 3 platforms that I'm currently on. So to monetize for YouTube, I need 2 things. I need 1,000 subscribers and I need 4,000 hours of valid public watch time in a rolling 12-month period. As of today, the day that I'm filming this, which is June 14th of 2026, I have 216 subscribers, so I'm about 22% of the way there on the subscriber requirement. Now, watch hours is the harder one because I only have 35 out of 4,000 watch hours, which means I'm 0.87% of the way to YouTube monetization. Now, here's why the monetization math actually matters to me. Every platform that I'm building, so this channel, my Etsy shop, my TikTok, my Instagram, every one of them is a direct path to being able to pay off that student loan debt faster. So when I talk about needing 4,000 hours of public watch time on YouTube, that is not just a vanity metric, that is quite literally a payment plan that I'm building with social media content. And keep in mind, I really only started taking YouTube seriously in January of this year, so January 2026 was when I kind of really started to post on YouTube consistently. I only pivoted this channel to documenting the build, so the build blog, which is the Etsy shop documentation, how I'm performing on social media monetization. That only happened in this month, so June 2026 was when I started to produce this type of content. So the channel that you're watching right now is technically brand new, even though the account isn't. And here's some math that I actually did because I needed to know what I was actually walking into when I decided to take on YouTube monetization as a goal. My videos average anywhere from about 10 to 15 minutes long. My current average retention rate for my videos is 35%, which is pretty good for a very small channel that's practically brand new, which means people watch roughly a third of my videos before they leave. But at that retention rate, a single 12-minute video needs roughly about 57,000 views on its own to make any real progress towards that 4,000-hour watch goal. Or more realistically, I need to build a catalog of videos that are going to produce watch time over the long term just consistently, even long after they've been posted, which means producing content on searchable topics, evergreen questions, which is why I'm documenting my Etsy build the way that I am with the build blog. Because how do I get my first Etsy sale is never going to stop being searched, and my answer for that is never going to expire. I can always update and adapt that as a platform changes. Okay, so let's move on to TikTok because this is where the numbers get funny, so let's just look at them. To monetize on TikTok, I need 10,000 followers and 100,000 video views over a 30-day period. I currently have 16 followers, which means I could fit my entire TikTok following into a limo right now. And mind you, this is a brand new account. I didn't start that account until May 31st, and my first post was May 31st. So this account is literally only 2 weeks old at the time of filming this. But here's the part that actually matters. In the 14 days that this account has been up and running, I've gotten over 2,700 views on my videos collectively, and 96.5% of those came from the For You page. And what that's basically saying is that the algorithm picked up cold content and put it in front of over 2,000 people from an account with less than 20 followers, which is pretty good for a 2-week span, again, posting pretty inconsistently on this platform. And honestly, one of my videos did the most work for me. The one that I titled Beyonce Got Me My First Etsy Sale, that video alone pulled in 1,400 views and 1,200 new viewers overall in the time that it's been posted. So from an account with 16 followers that's only 14 days old, again, I'm pretty happy with that progress, and I haven't really done much to nurture that growth. And that taught me something that I really want you to take with you if you're also building as well. On TikTok, your follower count is not your reach. Your hook is your reach. The gap between views and followers is not a visibility problem, it's a conversion problem. People are watching, I just haven't given them a strong enough reason to follow yet. Now, this is a part of the video where I tell you what's not working, because a progress report that's all wins is just an ad, realistically. My Instagram is the furthest behind of all 3 platforms. Now, to be honest, this account is not new. It's just been an idle account that I've had for several years that already had 53 followers to begin with, but I didn't start posting any content on it again until June of 2026, so the month I'm filming this. Since I've started posting consistently about this build series that I'm hosting here on YouTube, I've only gained 2 followers in the 2 weeks that I've been posting content on there, which is a sign that the consistency is working, but how I'm packaging and presenting the content on that specific platform is not working. But to be honest with you, I don't have an Instagram strategy actually laid out or planned out or even implemented just yet, but that is in the pipeline and that is something that will be implemented later on in the month. And for my Etsy shop, it's had its slowest 2 months since I started the shop, but this was a very intentional move. I'll go over that in a second. So overall, 14 days into June, I am 0.87% of the way to YouTube monetization. In January, that number was pretty much 0. My 216 YouTube subscribers was pretty much 0. The 2,700 TikTok views didn't exist. The 2 new followers on Instagram were not there. Everything that I've been working on was pretty much at 0 at the start of this year. And all of it has pretty much been built in time blocks of a half hour to 45 minutes just a few times a week in between a very busy life. Again, I work full time, I'm a part-time caregiver, I'm trying to fix up a house and live a very busy life. I don't see barely started. I see proof that machine works. It's just early. The whole reason I'm documenting here is so that when those numbers are big, and the data suggests that they will be if I just don't stop, you'll have watched the entire plan, not just the highlight reel. So this is a quick recap of where everything stands as of June 2026. Next month, I'll be coming back with the same report, but new numbers. And about that decision I mentioned earlier, the one that made all of this slower on purpose, a few months ago, my Etsy shop did the one thing I built it to do. It earned back every dollar I invested to start it. And the moment it crossed that line, I decided to actually slow it down. A profitable shop with 2-star seller badges in less than 9 months, my goal accomplished, and I hit pause anyway. And I know that sounds backward, but it's honestly the smartest sequencing decision since I started this whole entire process. And the full breakdown on why is going to be in an upcoming video in the build log series, so definitely subscribe if you want to find out more and stay up to date.